privileged white boy.
Why do you call me a privileged white boy?
That's what you are.
What does that even mean?
It means exactly what I mean.
What privileges?
You're a privileged white boy.
What privileges do I have that you don't?
Everything.
Like what?
Everything.
Like what?
Man.
Name
came
one.
out of a woman.
You called me a privileged white boy. That's kind of racist.
Freedom of speech. Racist.
I mean, I'm still yet to hear a privilege I have that you don't.
Imagine the races were reversed. You're just a privileged black boy. Sounds kind of weird to me.
Do you know the difference between left-handedness and trans care for youth? You don't have to take drugs if you're left-handed.
Nazi rhetoric, social contagion.
Oh, Nazi rhetoric. When you lose a debate, call your opponent a Nazi instead of actually debating it.
You know, I just think she, her are appropriate pronouns for this one because going by she, her tendencies right there. Can't use your big words to say your point, so you use your small words to insult the person you're talking to. And hey, I'm not calling you poor. I'm just saying that you act like a poor person. I'm not calling you stupid. You just behave stupidly. Really think that they're saying something. My best advice is just don't let these type of people stay in your life. Don't let these people take up your time unless you're trying to run a YouTube channel where you're just trying to make them look silly and get some ad revenue from it.
My eyes are my photos. That's how I see it.
That's nice. Yeah, I like photos. Well, I'm gonna keep walking, but it's nice to meet you. Wow, rude. What do you study?
Human nature.
Oh, is that major? Here?
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
I study the power of eye contact. Yes.
Very interesting.
Yes.
But I do have a boyfriend, so I don't wanna.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, I want to give you a chance to meet a hot guy.
Huh?
I want to give you a chance to meet a hot guy.
Hot guy?
Yeah, what's up? That was a horrible handshake.
That's a W. That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
So one of the biggest surprises that's come out of my transition to this point is just how hot I consider myself to be now. Like, I've talked about this before, but I'm going to say it again. I am hot. And this is something that I never, in a million years, ever thought that I would genuinely feel about myself before I started my medical transition. Like, when I look in a mirror, I see a woman, and not just any woman, a gorgeous woman. And what shocks me so much is that I mean it. I'm not just telling myself that I'm hot. I actually think I'm hot.
People that are attractive don't need to say it into existence to prove that they are attractive. People that are rich don't need to say it into existence to prove that they are rich. People that have a lot of friends don't have to repeatedly say they have a lot of friends in order to prove that they have a lot of friends. Because usually when you talk a lot about it like this, you know, you be the judge. What do you think? Do do da 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 do do da 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 da. Do do da 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 do do da.
Brother, what's that?
Really feeling you. It's the ones we don't like. We make them do it all.
So you ain't like your husband?
I ain't trying to embarrass my husband even more on the internet, but he was a simp and I seen the opportunity and I took it.
Well, I'm saying what his qualities was.
I mean, for one, he accepted the fact that I have 3 kids.
So you got 3 kids too?
I have 3 children.
And a nigga supposed to come with the bag?
They supposed to come. And that's why you have to have a bag.
Yeah.
Like you got to take care of me and my kids.
So, like you automatically get these responsibilities?
Yes.
Stop playing.
I'm not playing.
And how many niggas doing this?
I have between 2 or 3.
I'm saying, how many have you ran into in life?
Okay, so let's say I run into 100 dudes. Probably about 4 of them.
Yeah, they're about the odds.
I fuck with that now. Probably about 4 of them.
They're about the odds. All right.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, no. So that kind of sound like you are delusional. You just catching. It's just a sucker born every day.
Basically.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. So you ain't never caught no that's worth something doing that though. Am I kidding?
I probably have one.
Honestly, if you a dude and you walk into a relationship with a girl who already has 3 kids and you actually want to wipe that up, not just put them in a fun box and just like see them when you see them, or when you do, or you can like that can be your friend or whatever, and you can like mess around, or you know, you can do whatever it is like in a friendly way or just a mutually beneficial way. But if you genuinely want to take care of this person, you just signing up for your own funeral. I don't understand. Like, you need to think, like, what do you get incentive-wise out of signing up to take care of her, taking care of her kids? Like, what does she do? But you know, you can't really just blame the women all the time, because if there are men that are willing to just take care of these, I don't want to say no good women, but if there are men willing to take care of women who just refuse or can't provide value to them, you know what? They signed up for that, so what can you do?
I think the idea that men need to protect women, right? If you believe that, you're kind of stating that women are more valuable than men.
Listen, buddy, nobody's arguing that if it came down to it, you would be able to protect a woman, okay? Trust me, nobody is picking you out of a crowd thinking that you're gonna be able to defend us, okay? Don't gotta worry. And also, I don't think that women are more valuable. We all serve our purpose here. Women, we make people. We literally make people. And men, not you, discluding you, are big and strong and protectors. And we all serve that purpose how we please. Some women don't want to make people, and that's fine. And some men can't protect women. So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But I would pray to God that if you saw something happening to a woman, and given the opportunity you could do something about it, I pray to God that you would. Because if you were ever in a situation, and there was a big strong man next to you that could do something about it, I bet you'd be praying to God that he helped you out. This argument is so silly.
You know, I think this is the same guy who was debating with, like, in the Jubilee special of the 1 versus 25, and honestly, I hated every time he came up to debate. Like, he would always take the topic and switch it over to something else and try to just rag on that for, like, the longest time. And yet he thinks that he's saying some, like, really interesting and good points. It's like being invited to a conversation about cereal, and then he comes out being like, cows provide all the milk, and don't you think that cows are important and cool and better than, don't forget about cereal, but I mean, the cows though. And I've seen that he tries to say that, oh, there are these debaters that speak really fast, and because of that they confuse the people that they debate with. Well, it's not that because the other person talks fast, it's because usually the person that they debate don't know what they're talking about. And if they don't know what they talk about and they still choose to debate, that's on them. That's not the other person being exploited.
By the way, Michael, so you said that you know that you're right.
Yes.
That also happens to be your identity.
That is my self-identity. And I would ask that everybody respects it.
Wait, what's your identity?
That I am correct about this question in particular.
I don't respect it.
You don't respect mine.
But can you affirm his identity as being correct on everything we spoke about tonight?
I know he's a Catholic.
But
like,
you would, if I told you right now I'm a woman, you would affirm that identity.
No, I wouldn't.
Why would
You
I
wouldn't.
affirm?
Unless
you don't believe in transgenderism.
I do believe in it, but you haven't. Everything
Are you telling
that
me transgender women need to prove to you that they are the sex and gender that they know in their heart that they are?
They don't have to prove it to me, but I don't have to, like,
believe it.
Oh, so you don't believe in transgenderism? Okay.
The audacity of this woman to have to make this correct person have to prove how correct he is. You know what? That's Mr. Right, and you should respect that.
Cynthia Erivo calls out fan-edited Wicked poster that hides her face. None of this is funny. It degrades me. And you even have this headline from CNN. Someone edited the Wicked movie poster to look more like the musicals version. Cynthia Erivo called it deeply hurtful. This is the poster that they did, kind of paying homage, trying to recreate that original Wicked Broadway musical picture right there on the right. Her and Ariana Grande. Well, this on the left is apparently the one that is just so offensive and disgusting and terrible because fans edited it to make it look more like the original poster. This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posing the question, is your brain? None of this is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I'm a real-life human being. This is the original poster that she's talking about, the illustration right here. I'm a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful.
I never could understand how someone can be so successful, like you have the lead role and you're working with a superstar like Ariana Grande. You are probably raking in so much money, having so much, your name is out there. I didn't even know this person before like this role even came out. And to be so upset and to make yourself such a victim. It's just crazy tendencies. Some people will just take any moment that they can to just come off as a victim. And you know, as time went on, she eventually says this.
You still, I heard you were upset about the poster. Is that still an issue?
No, I wasn't upset. Just, it was a human moment. I'm very protective of this role and I'm passionate about it, just like the fans were passionate about this piece as well. And I just had a moment, had a human moment, that's it.
What part of your existence is not a human moment? Like, these are just very abstract ways to just condone all of the self-victimization and terrible behaviors that you do. Honestly, I don't blame her. It's getting really hard. But honestly, matter of fact, let me take that back. Actually, you know what? I can blame her, because when you're a woman, you live life on easy mode. You can literally just go around and just say to any person, just like, excuse me, sir, think you're attractive. Can I take you out to dinner? It's that simple, and you can meet people that way. Whereas with men, you have to have status, money, you have to be attractive, and even then you can still approach people and they still won't like you just simply because your nails are too long, or because when you approach them you said a few times. Like, it's, even if you're hit in the face as a woman. Honestly, I just think she's a coward, because if she doesn't want to go directly ask people, hey, will you date me? She'll just have a sign and then wait for the people to come to her, because women like to be in this position of power when it comes to dating, because then they can't handle being rejected. I don't think that this guy might be soy. Maybe he's just gay, and maybe that's not what he likes, and I don't think he should necessarily be shamed for that. Imagine if the roles were reversed and this was a man on a woman. Like, you would think of that as a crime. So I don't think this is really nice, sir. So I don't really think this is appropriate.
Why are you looking at me that way?
Why do you need the bow?
Respect.
You do not feel respected without the bow? This is a huge issue.
Why?
Because this really has to do with the self-perception of a man. Why don't you feel respected without the bow? What's the wow?
No, I still feel respected.
Okay.
I need more respect, though.
Why? Were you
hard?
hurt? What happened?
Actually, in Japan, the hot country of the day, everybody bows to each other, and I kind of love it.
You gonna hit a bow real quick?
Oh, I'm literally like that girl. I swear to God.
Okay, let's see it right now. For me, you keep getting, bro. By the way, it looks like the microphone's your just
surprise.
She just lost her mind, thinking like, submissive behavior does not compute. How is this person? Why do people like this girl? But she's bowing. But leave a comment if you want to react to my reaction, and maybe I can react to your reaction to my reaction. If you couldn't already tell, you should subscribe and hit the bell. But before you take a hike, I would appreciate it if you dropped a like. Click here for another video if I become your new addiction, because I'm just here to show you that this is a world of fiction.